Right, the Thrustmaster T598, you've all been asking me about it, so I come here to Germany to try it out. 499 euros for the wheelbase, the rim, and the pedals. These are on carpet, by the way, these pedals, we'll get onto that. And it's got this kind of like faux carbon fiber gloss to it. And then it's got this kind of like faux leather grips on the side. And the wheelbase is very short. It's got a lot of the new Thrustmaster technology that they say is going to eliminate cogging, a lot of issues that you have with other wheelbases, and they say it's just the most competitive, like, direct drive product you can get in this price range. So let's see, we're going to try it in Gran Turismo. It's PlayStation compatible as well, which is obviously big for me. And here we go. This is literally my first drive. So we're in the Subaru WRX Group B. Remember, I don't really like rallying in Gran Turismo that much. Oh my God. Okay, well, I'm getting a feeling here. And I think I'm immediately getting that no cogging, which is, oh my God, I've had a massive crash, which is basically, when you're not getting a vibration, there's no sense of like graininess in the wheel at all. And you might be able to see that when I go over a jump actually, that there might not be the vibrations in the wheel there, no delay. I definitely feel a little bit more, and I want to be careful because these settings I think have been turned up, so they might be accentuating everything, but I feel like I'm definitely getting a little bit more of the road feel that I don't normally get in rallying on Gran Turismo, where I feel like I'm just sliding on the top of the surface. It's not like dirt rally, or like you get at Lake Louise when you're in the snow. First impressions though, for 499, this is really going to be, if you're thinking about getting a Logitech G923 or something like that, or a belt-driven Thrustmaster, the prices are really coming down now, and this does feel off the bat like a quality product that's been put together nicely. It's always hard for me to do really accurate first impressions at an expo. Talk about the pedals a little bit. I'm amazed these are on carpet because they are not moving at all. They've got some little grippy thing on them, which is one of my big frustrations about the evolution of entry-level pedals that just seem all designed to go onto a rig. I'm very happy that these ones are designed to go on carpet. And I think we're running a desk-mounted setup as well here, which I love. You know, I started on the Thrustmaster T150. Strictly, I started on the Thrustmaster T80 actually, with no force feedback, which I bought from Argos in the UK, and then I went into Argos and I bought a Thrustmaster T150, knowing that if I didn't like it, I could just return it. And I used the T150 for ages. I used to be top split in Gran Turismo Sport on the T150. I remember doing, rally stages in the GT World Series on my T150. And to think that the price here is $499, which is, yes, more expensive, but it's not, it's just crazy how the DD market is just getting more competitive as I thought it might do. And another PlayStation licensed product hitting the fray. Obviously, big compared to this is going to be stuff like the Fanatec, the GT DD, which will have more of a wheel ecosystem. But at the moment, in the UK at least, you still got to buy it directly from Fanatec, which still has a question mark at the moment, I'd say, whereas Thrustmaster you'll be able to buy from retail, and I think that makes a big difference. We've somehow ended up in first place here. I have no idea how this happened. Don't interpret that as a quality statement. We'll try and do a bit more like mad rallying now for the next, oh my God, next few laps. Don't know if you can see the vibrations that are coming through the wheel, and it's absolutely, I'm in an expo here, but it feels silent as well. I'm going to compare this right now with something like the Camus C12, which I feel like if I was doing something like this in the Camus C12, it would be working overtime. It would be a very grainy, very sort of saturated experience, which some people love, but I don't really love that experience. It's the same with me for motion. When I'm in a motion rig, I don't want to be buffeted around all the time by road feel. I want to feel what I need to feel to help me go faster, basically. That's my view on sim racing. That's my personal preference. And this is giving me a lot of detail, but it's definitely not overpowering. I'd be very interested to know kind of what this feels like on the max settings. They talk about something called overshoot, which is basically the wheel can deliver more torque in the moments it needs to, going over bumps and stuff like that. I'd be interested, and hopefully we're going to have an opportunity to try a different track surface where we can really feel sort of max lateral G in the car and feel that grip. But I mean, I'm having a bit more fun now, just trying to let the wheel run through in third gear, which is not the one. What am I doing? Shifters are definitely serviceable, by the way. Obviously not the best shifters in the world, but they're definitely serviceable. And I'd say, interestingly, if you are going to choose something like a Fanatec entry-level DD system and try and get something that's going to compete price point, you are going to get a very entry-level rim, which is probably not going to have the best shifters. So it's important Thrustmaster, the bundled rim here is pretty good. Remember, I've been using a Logitech G Pro for 2 years on Gran Turismo, and I've been using the bundled rim with that, and to be honest, it's been fine. But now the RS track has come out, I don't see myself going back. Thrustmaster have a big ecosystem of rims, by the way, a lot of them Ferrari licensed, which is pretty cool, like the 488 GT3 add-on. I'm pleasantly impressed with this. I think the biggest points with this for me are price point, €499. You know, it's going to be available through retail. You get the whole bundle. I can see this as something, especially for Christmas, if you've got a nephew or a niece or a family member that's into racing and they've got a PlayStation like this and you want to give them something they're really going to love, you want to give them a box that you know is going to arrive and you know they're going to unbox it on Christmas Day and they're going to be delighted about it. And if there's an issue, you know you're going to go back to the retailer. For me, those are massive, massive, massive things. And actually, they're more primary than some more like esoteric features about really nerdy sim racing. I'm obsessed by this entry mid-level market range because this is my home. I started on the Thrustmaster. That was a fun experience. I want to pick some holes in it now. So if we come around, we'll look at the front. So we'll have a look at the front here. I'll have the glasses on as well. So the buttons are very big. I think people are going to say it looks plasticky. You can see the buttons. I can feel it humming away. So maybe in a non-Expo environment, you're going to feel that hum. It's very short as well. So the T150 is quite long. I do want to talk to them about mounting because that was a con for me on the T818. The mounting was quite difficult. I feel like this is going to be a lot easier. I can see it already. The rim itself, I'm pretty happy with the rim. There's no LEDs on the rim. I really like the clear LED here with the gears. I think that's absolutely amazing. And 3 bolts here, pretty simple. So rim looks pretty good. Base, like the mounting. The style of the base, personally, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the styling, but if we're going to have a look at it exploded and look at the axial system that they've got, and this might necessitate why it's got such a wide diameter, but not that deep. But first impressions, pretty good. Ask me any questions you've got in the comments, and I'll put them to Thrustmaster, because I think this is a pretty important product for sim racing.